Hey guys, Lunar Cricket here. Just doing a first time commentary, so it's going to sound terrible. Just going to go over some tips and tricks that I do to fly and rape and pillage in servers where nobody's really giving me any trouble in the air other than ground forces. Pretty much the C-130 is, I use it to farm kills because there's no way for it to defend, and it's insta respawn if the other commander is on top of the game. So that's just some easy kills right there. I tried to edit this the best I could, but we'll see how it goes. A lot of times I will I'll take hits from stingers just because I have a rough idea of where the guy's sitting at, or you know, I'll go into, if I know I'm going into a certain area and I'm always getting locked onto, I'll prepare myself to take at least one missile because it doesn't really disable you like it did in Battlefield 3. I got a few other ways that I deal with the anti-air missiles. Boats are easy kills too because people love to load those things up, so usually it's an easy 2, 3, 4 kills every time. That one was already softened up a little bit. JDAMs. Best thing I can say for the JDAMs is when you're in that little target screen there, you hold down your brake a little bit and slightly push the nose down because you want the crosshairs to stop moving over whatever target you're going after. And you just drop them as you're not moving. Most of this footage is me shooting down the C-130. I actually only started recording about 30 kills into it. Oh, there you go, easy 3 kills. Ever since the buff to the JDAM, I haven't looked back to laser guided missiles because all they do is give the other players notice that you're coming in on them. JDAMs, they're silent, they don't really do. They don't let them know. Also, if you want to get better at taking out other planes, learn how to lead them. Learn how to lead them. Too many people, they just don't lead. You have to lead your target. And always be looking around, and you'll see me a lot. I'm always using the free look. It's too simple. Look around, acquire your target, and then you just go after it. Plus, if you're always looking around, you're always going to have a next available target. So if you're wanting to get as many kills as you possibly can, you've always got to be looking around. Look at the mini-map. Go into free look. A lot of times, what you'll see what I'll do later on in the video if you actually can manage the whole 20 plus minutes, is a lot of times when I give a missile on its way, I won't pop flares immediately just in case it is an IGLA, and those can reacquire the lock-on after they've been fired. So sometimes if you're close enough and you pop your flares too early, they have enough time to reacquire and the missile will hit you. So what I'll do is if I kind of know where it's coming from, I'll go ahead and give another extra second or two just to get a little bit more distance away from them, and then I'll pop the flares. If it hits me, it hits me, but a lot of times that can save you from getting hit. And another thing too, I cannot stress the importance of pre-flaring. If you got a guy and you know he's coming with he's harassing you and he's coming with active radar missiles, or he's just using any missiles in general and locking onto you, I wait wait a second or two into the lock-on process, and like if you're going straight at them pre-flare, because that'll break the lock, and you'll have to worry about the guy hitting you. It's too simple. Another tip I do on the C-130s is I'll start shooting at them. I'll lead them pretty good, and I'll start shooting at them from really a long way away, and I'll get like a good 1.5, maybe 2 second burst, and then I'll let off, and then I'll have my weapon, the main cannons will cool down a little bit, and then you start back up into them. And usually, a lot of times, if you're far enough away when you start and you're accurate enough, you can kill C-130 in one pass. Sometimes you got to go back in for 2. Other times, not so much. Always looking. Here's an example. Got the lock on. I pulled away a little bit. Before I hit it, I didn't hit it right off the bat. Yeah, no dodge knows. Sometimes you're going to get hit. And other times, another suggestion I can make is if you're kind of in a hotbed, or there's a lot of guys on the ground with anti-air. I mean, basically, when you start getting locked on, fly straight up. Because sometimes you'll fly, because if you fly, keep flying parallel to the ground in a direction, in whatever direction. Sometimes, you know, there might be another guy with a stinger on his shoulder, and you're just going to fly right over top of him. So you may have dodged 1 missile, but you're going to get 1, maybe 2 more, because you're flying, you know, parallel to the ground. But if you fly straight up, you put that distance between you and them. You put that distance between everybody, and not, you know, not just the one guy that was you were shooting at. That guy thought he was going to get me, but that's the power of the JDAMs right there. Yeah, I'm pretty sure on that clip I got hit there. I was just trying to trim the video down because nothing was happening. The entire map, the enemy commander was putting that thing in the air. Like, I probably would have only gotten 35 kills if that thing hadn't been in the air. I got pretty lucky this one. Like, the enemy, the other team, they didn't really even try to shoot me down with the other jets. So I didn't really have to worry about them too much. Another thing, if you're ever playing with friends, if you notice on this one, I'm not really going after the tanks and stuff too much. One was because I was dealing with all those guys with the stingers and negos on the ground. They were kind of harassing me from the D flag area. But if you're playing with friends, you know, try to get them to spot as much armor as you can, because if you don't really have to, you're not really too threatened by the guys on the ground, anti-air. You can focus your attention on your actual role of ground targets, and really just, and you know, that's where you really help your team. Shooting down the AC-130, yeah, it helps, but it's not really as important as taking out ground targets. You'll see me here in a little bit. They end up having a couple tanks rolling across that little bridge, and I just make it my mission to take them out. But the more your team spots enemy armor, the easier it is for you to acquire new targets, because you're not having to search for them. And I love people camping in the boats too. Getting their TV missile, drop a couple J-dams, boom, done. Because the J-dams do 50 damage if they're direct hits on everything. So they really buffed the hell out of them on that patch a few months back. I was so happy. I do use mouse and keyboard. I have my pitch up bound to S and my brake bound to spacebar. Other people have that kind of flipped a little bit. That's just what works for me. Most of my all my turning is I bank into the turn, and then I use the pitch up to turn. I try not to make too many adjustments I'll make minor adjustments with the rudder to the left and right, but for the most part, if a guy's moving slow across my screen, I'll just use my rudder. But sometimes, depending, if there's like a transport helicopter and it moves kind of slow, what I'll do is I'll bank a little bit so I can start braking, and then turn a lot sharper if I need to hit him with more shots. It's just a lot easier. Kind of bailed off him because now the stealth jets turn significantly faster than the attack jets. So I just lost my train of thought. I bailed off him just because since the stealth jets turn faster, and you never kind of know who's joined the server. It might be somebody that actually knows what they're doing in the stealth jet. They can out-turn you or whatever, get around on your ass. So, and I'd already spotted him, so I just figured I'd just make a beeline straight to the auto AA by my base. And I figured if he gets a little greedy and wants to chase me, I'll let that take care of him. I already did like 40 damage to him, so he would have been toast. Use that to your advantage, because people might say it's a cheap tactic, but you know what? It's in the game, so I'm going to use it. Simple as that. More J-dams. I don't know how J-dams affect multiple targets if they hit. I know there is splash damage. I don't know. I know splash damage does affect some vehicles. See that right there? I was getting locked. Dropped the J-dams. I was getting locked onto, pulled away, popped flares, and then I went up and out. And then I just kept going that direction, and then since it happened to be an Igla, so I ended up breaking that lock on. anybody, anybody wants to make some other video, or have any suggestions for me to make some other videos, I can. I'm really new at this, and it literally it's taken me like 3 days to make this. So give me some suggestions, maybe something, something else people got questions about. The more the more videos I do about on this kind of stuff, the more I'll learn on Sony Vegas, so I can edit these videos better. That's another thing I do is I'll go ahead and some of those destructible buildings, what I'll do is I'll start destroying the walls and stuff like that, because either they can fall down or there might be somebody in there that I'll get lucky and pick off. But another thing that does is if that particular flag is a flag they've been holding for the entire map, one thing I'm doing by destroying all those walls is I'm taking away their cover and making it easier for my team to push in there and take the flag. I mean, I don't really know if it makes a difference, but hey, why not do it? Flying around. How little rubber boats take so much damage, I will never know. But hey, it's a video game. What do you expect, I guess? I don't think he expected that. Perfect example, keep on flying away. Perfect lock again. Leading you from really far away. You got the AA helping me out a little bit too there, but unfortunately there wasn't anybody in there. But what are you gonna do? There it is, back up again. I think this time I want to see, I've turned it. I'm baking into it so I can pull up. Wasn't using the rudder, because the closer you get, the faster they move across your screen. That's it. If you actually managed to make it through this entire video, I thank you very much, and hope you liked it. Like I said, if you have anything in particular you might like to see, leave it in the comments.